Now, the American President Donald Trump is holding a phone call with the Russian President Vladimir Putin. Now, this is in fact the sixth phone call between the leaders in the last 10 months. Now, Trump in fact wrote on Truth Social that a lengthy conversation is underway and he will report the contents at its conclusion. The phone call marks the first direct contact between the two leaders in nearly about 2 months and comes amidst heightened tensions over the stalled peace talks. The call has also come just a day ahead of the Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky's visit to Washington, where he is expected to press for the transfer of the Tomahawk long-range missiles to Ukraine. Now, Trump and Putin had last spoken on the 18th of August after Trump's meetings in Washington with Zelensky and the European leaders. Now, following that call, the American president has said that he had begun arranging for a direct meeting between the Ukrainian and the Russian presidents. But Putin had dismissed the direct negotiations with Zelensky. All right, now joining us on the broadcast from Moscow, we've got Mr. Fred Weir, who is a senior journalist and a political commentator. Mr. Weir, thank you very much indeed for joining us here on WION. Now, this is yet another phone call that the American President Donald Trump is having with Vladimir Putin, and one expects the Ukraine war is going to be the focus of their phone call. In your assessment, is there something new that the American president can offer to Vladimir Putin that could potentially bring an end to this war?
Yes, the dialogue between the United States and Russia has been frozen for some time. So this is a new and important development that Trump is talking to Putin now. Trump, of course, is on a roll. He achieved a very important result in Gaza, and I think he feels like he should make new efforts to engage with Russia and try to find peace in Ukraine, and that's very good. As for the Kremlin, they have said repeatedly that they're open to a negotiated settlement. So maybe, let's hope, there will be some sort of breakthrough. I personally think the distance isn't that great between the position that Trump presented to Putin in Alaska and what Putin has repeatedly said are Russia's primary war goals. But still, it involves things that, like territory, like a certain amount of demilitarization for Ukraine that Russia probably wouldn't budge on, but which are non-starters in Kiev. So let's see when they publish the results in, I guess, a few hours. But let's hope that there can be something new.
Well, let's hope that there can be something new. Now, Donald Trump will also be meeting with President Volodymyr Zelensky tomorrow at the White House. And the talk is that Volodymyr Zelensky will push for America to give Ukraine the Tomahawk long-range missiles. With that being the case, do you think this is a war that is coming towards a conclusion with the way things are moving, or are the leaders still not recognizing certain strategic concerns that Russia has put forth on the table, which Ukraine simply is unlikely to accept?
Yes, well, that is the problem. And maybe Trump has thought of a formula to bridge that gap, but it is an awfully important gap. And the Ukrainians clearly believe that they're hitting Russia's economy, particularly its oil refineries, very hard. And if they just hit harder, if they have better weapons, longer range missiles, that they can bring Russia to its knees. My sense, talking to Russian experts, people who are sort of plugged in, is that the Russians believe that they are winning, that they will win. It will take some time and effort. It's a war of attrition. The damage being done to Russian oil refineries is serious, but not critical. And that the Russians think that they've been fighting hard for over 3 years, and that their war goals have to be met before they'll agree to a settlement.
All right, we'll have to leave there. Thank you very much indeed, Mr. Fred Weir, for joining us with that perspective there.
Thank you.